Okay, so in our today's class, we will be starting, as I just now told you, the topic which is physical chemistry. And for the topic, you guys should be clear with this some basic criteria, and that some basic criteria for that NMR. For that basic criteria, you must have to know first of all that is nothing but with which we are dealing with in our chemistry, and that is specifically व्हॉट आपण केमिस्ट्री म्हटलं की तुमच्या डोक्यात एक विचार येत असेल तो विचार म्हणजे काय असतो सगळ्यात अगोदर केमिस्ट्री म्हटलं की एकदम बेसिक पार्ट काय येतो तो सांगा बरं मला एम आय ऑडिबल टू एव्हरीवन is everything that is slide audio video you can say that is clear
Yes, madam.
yeah, okay, okay. Let me continue with the basic things which are I'm going to discuss with you, and that is related with the chemistry. And what I ask you just now is whatever this chemistry is there, when you heard the word chemistry at that time, first of all, very basic part which we want to deal or which we want to, which we learn, I mean to say. And that is what, yes, can you?
Atoms and
Madam.
molecules, chemicals.
Very good. So I was expecting the same thing, and that is nothing but an atom. That is nothing but an atom. Okay. So whenever you have that atom, whenever you have an atom at that time, first of all, see guys, खूप कॉन्सन्ट्रेट करा. तुम्हाला वाटेल मॅम किती बेसिक सांगतायत ॲटम वी नो व्हेरी वेल, बट एक 5 मिनिटानंतर तुम्हाला लक्षात येईल की मॅमनी हे ॲटम का घेतला आणि इतक्या बेसिक मध्ये मॅम का गेल्या. ओके, सो गिव्ह मी जस्ट 5 to 10 minutes टू एक्सप्लेन दिस क्रायटेरिया. क्लास मी खूप छोटा घेणार आहे, मी खूप बेसिक सांगणार आहे, पण टू स्टार्ट अप बिफोर एनिथिंग that is about NMR, these things you must and must have to know. Okay guys, so let me start with the basics, that is an atom. And whenever you have an atom at that time, everybody knows very well whenever that word atom you heard, and that atom is having completely its two parts, and that is very first one part is a wait a minute. Yes, atom contains atom contains nucleus, which I am showing here by the red sign. And now that atom is having somehow I'm showing your atom, and that atom is having simply, तुम्ही म्हणाल मॅम काय काढताय, सांगेल करते. Just give me some time. Okay, and when you are oh, is slide is visible, is whiteboard is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so whatever this atom is there, this atom is containing the nucleus. Now you may ask me, ma'am, what are you drawing? We know very well. So I'm drawing the nucleus. What is this? This is nothing but the nucleus. And whatever this nucleus is there, this nucleus is containing, everybody knows very well from my class, and that is nothing but nucleus contains dash and dash. Yes, I'm expecting from you guys.
Protons and neutrons, ma'am.
Very good. So atom consists of the nucleus and the electrons revolving around this nucleus. And now after this atom concept, we are going much in detail in the in this atom. And when we know about the atom, when we want to discuss about the atom, at that time atom contains nucleus, and this nucleus contains number of protons and number of neutrons, whereas this atom is representing you the charge, or this atom represents sorry, this nucleus represents you dash charge. Before going towards that, your proton is having dash charge and your neutron is having dash charge. Yes please, can anybody, you should
Proton have
know.
positive charge, ma'am. Neutron is neutral.
Very good. So, as just now they were said, that is, I think it is Divya, because I can't see your names here. So, see, whenever you have your nucleus, at that time, that nucleus contains protons and neutrons, and yeah, everybody knows very well neutron is made up of, sorry, proton is of positively charged and neutron do not have any charge. That is, I'm showing here zero, means I meant to say here it is as neutral. It is as what, beta? Neutral. Is everybody is clear up to this? You should, and you are, I know very well. Now I'm coming to the point, and that point is nothing but is nothing but which is about this nucleus. And the second thing, which is about these your electrons. Okay, so whenever you have your electrons, at that time is yellow color is visible to you? Should I use another
Yes,
color?
ma'am.
Visible का? ठीक है, मैं black use करती हूँ,
Oh,
so that you can observe it clearly and carefully. So this is nothing but an electron, and this is nothing but another one electron, and we will be discussing about every concept which is the basic criteria for the understanding of NMR, that is nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. The word nuclear, the word magnetic, the word resonance, and the word spectroscopy, each and everything we will be discussing first of all in today's class. And I'm assuring you guys, I'm promising you guys that I'll be taking each and everything with my 100% performance. I'll give my 100% to teach you everything. And if you are not getting anywhere, just tell me, just unmute yourself and tell me to revise. Okay, then after coming to the point, whenever you have an electron, at that time everybody knows very well, whenever this electron is there, that electron is moving, that electron is moving. What does it mean? It is like a solar system. Now I know very well you guys are not at 9 standard kids or whatever BSc students, but to just to build up your confidence, I'm telling you each and everything. That is, when I'm drawing this thing as an atom onto this slide, at that time, see, whenever I'm drawing this, at that time, I want to tell you one thing, that is, electrons are revolving in this here, in their elliptical path, or you can say in their shell or your orbital. And now you may ask me, ma'am, it is round, it is circular. Yes, beta, but I'm just now telling about, first of all, if you want to consider the first one shell, which is just surrounded by the nucleus, and that one is slightly elliptical or little bit elliptical in nature than that of other shells that are those who are circular in nature. Okay, and now whenever you have these electrons, and when they are moving or when they are revolving म्हणजे काय, revolving का मतलब क्या है? Revolving मतलब खुद की तरफ वो घूमते हैं, जैसे कि आप लोगों को अच्छे से पता है सोलर सिस्टम. Which system बेटा? Solar system. And in solar system, as everybody knows very well, and what is that thing? पृथ्वी स्वतःभोवती फिरते आणि फिरत फिरत कोण कशी फिरत असते?
sun. Sun. Okay.
Suryabhuti, right? So
Yes.
when you have a solar system, and that solar system contains sun, moon, Jupiter, Mars, many more. So whatever these here entities are there in solar system, that at that time, as this moving around itself, and when it is moving around itself, and at that time when it is moving around that sun, at that time it also moves towards itself, means पृथ्वी जशी स्वतःभोवती फिरते तसंच अगदी आवा electrons are moving around its themselves as well as this nucleus, as well as around this nucleus. Am I getting clear everyone? तुम्ही म्हणाल मॅम किती बोर करताय किंवा किती सिंपल गोष्ट सांगताय. ह्या गोष्टी मी ह्याच्यासाठी सांगते की पुढे जाऊन तुम्हाला कुठलंही कॉम्प्लिकेशन होऊ नये. सो let me just come to the point, and that point is related with the electron. Now whenever you have this electron, at that time when these electrons are moving, like this first one, this is like you can say clockwise, and this is you can say like anti-clockwise. Now when you are moving them clockwise and anti-clockwise, at that time you can have, at that time you can have these your electrons, when they are moving around nucleus, at that time simply they possesses a spin, and whatever that spin is there, म्हणजेच की जेव्हा केव्हा electrons move होत असतात, whenever that electrons are moving, I mean to say revolving in an orbit, at that time they are moving with a specific spin. Why I'm telling you this spin, म्हणजेच की each and every atom have different number of electrons, and each and every electron possesses you different four number of quantum numbers. How many number of quantum numbers are there? Sorry, how many number of quantum numbers are there? There are the four number of quantum numbers from which we want to deal with in this chapter. And the very first one quantum number is spin quantum number. Which quantum number beta? Spin quantum number, that is represented by the notation S. It is represented by the notation S. And then after, when you have the another quantum number, before going towards that quantum number, I would like to tell you, whenever this your electron is moving, at that time this electron is moving with its spin, and that spin is equals to one formula is there in our quantum chemistry, you can say, or in our what is that, quantum chemistry, and the in general the concept where you are using the spin criteria. Now, when or you can say that is a spectroscopy itself as okay. So that spin quantum number, is equals to the spin quantum number is equals to the simply yes is equals to yes is equals to yes is equals to the two terms are there, and that two terms are nothing but spin of this is your electron, and that can be given by the two notations, that is by plus half and that is by minus half, that is by plus half and that is by minus half. Now as from one concept, okay, let me just ask you, are you guys clear up to this? Yes,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am.
Huh? Okay, can I rub some data from this slide? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I
Yes,
rub some? Okay. So from the definition, where I was telling you just now, there are the two quantum numbers which we want to discuss, and that two quantum numbers are nothing but simply very first one quantum number is spin quantum number, and that spin quantum number we can represent or spin म्हटलं की आपल्याकडे येतं किंवा आपल्या डोक्यात फिरतं की whenever you have an electron, at that time electron is moving, and when that electron is moving towards itself and in an orbit at the itself and around the nucleus, at that time it have a specific spin, and that spin quantum number is equals to the simply that is equals to the plus or minus half. But here we are not dealing with the spin of that electron. Here we are dealing with the each and every electron is having its मतलब कि ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन घूमते हैं खुद की तरफ और न्यूक्लियस की मतलब टूवर्ड्स या फिर न्यूक्लियस में घूमते हैं, तब क्या हो न्यूक्लियस की सराउंडिंग में मुझे बोलना है, जब वो घूमते हैं तब क्या होता है, तब ये बात होती है कि आपके ये जो कुछ भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, उन वो लोग आपको एक टर्म बताते हैं, एंड दैट टर्म इज नथिंग बट एंगुलर सॉरी angular momentum. What is that term? Angular momentum. What is that term? Angular momentum. And this angular momentum term we can know, or you have been derived, which have been taught you in the previous semester by physical chemistry teacher, and that is nothing but simply angular momentum is equals to yes, under root of, I mean to say, under root of angular momentum is equals to under root of s into s plus 1 into s plus s into s plus 1 into h by 2 pi. Now, we are not going into the much details of this topic or this angular momentum criteria, because you have learned already this angular momentum criteria. And then after, we don't need this concept here. We will discuss the concept which we want. Angular momentum is equal. So what we got here? We got here simply angular momentum, and that angular momentum is equals to s into under root of s into s plus 1 h by 2 pi. Now, whenever your electron is moving at the simply that electron or that angular momentum is having, जब वो घूमता है आपकी एक स्पेसिफिक डायरेक्शन में, at that time this angular momentum is a vector quantity. Is what type of quantity? Vector. Physics म्हटलं की 11th ला एंट्री केल्यानंतर तुम्ही वेक्टर, डायरेक्शन, डायमेन्शन, everything you learn already in much detail. So I'm just picking up a word, and that word is vector quantity. And what is mean by vector quantity? Everybody knows very well. Whenever the word you heard that is as a vector, it means it have a specific type of a direction. It have a specific type of a direction. Now, in above side formula matlab kya? Oh, in this formula, we know very well, simply yes represents, थोडं खालती लिहिते मी, तर डायग्राम मला परत लागणार आहे म्हणून, yes is equals to plus or minus half. Yes is equals to, मी ते शॉर्टकट मध्ये लिहिते, that is equals to plus or minus half. Now, if you are clear with, and if you are permitting me to move towards another point, then I'll be. Can I? Yes,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
समजतंय? तुम्हाला वाटतंय का या सगळ्या गोष्टी मी सांगायला पाहिजे होत्या, डायरेक्टली ब्ला 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 न्यूक्लिअर केमिस्ट्री, मग त्याचं केमिस्ट्री वगैरे सांगायला पाहिजे होतं? सांगू ना हे
नाही
सगळं?
मॅम, सांगा
हा,
सांगा.
okay, chalo. So whenever you have this spin quantum number and that is equals to plus half or minus half, then after, as I told you just now, one of the quantum number with which we are dealing, and this quantum number is nothing but it is denoted by the notation small m. आणि नेहमी एक लक्षात घ्या, every time we are representing the quantum number by the small notation, that is principal quantum number असेल तर small n, azimuthal quantum number असेल तर small l, spin quantum number असेल तर small s, and magnetic quantum number असेल तर small m ने आपण त्याचं रिप्रेझेंटेशन हे करत असतो. Now, I'm turning to the next quantum number, and that quantum number is m, and that is nothing but the magnetic quantum number, and it is represented by the formula, or by the notation. First of all, we will look towards that is as m. And now here we are dealing with the spin of that electron, spin that nucleus. After some time, I'm telling you what is that nucleus, with the nucleus I'm telling you. Before that, whenever you heard the word magnetic quantum number in 11th standard, you guys have studied already, that is as magnetic quantum number, and magnetic quantum number is equals to m एस हिअर आय एम रिप्रेझेंटिंग एस का दाखवते तुम्हाला कुठे मिळेल एम ई कुठे मिळेल एम आय कुठे मिळेल एम एस तर इट इज जस्ट रिलेटेड विथ द युअर क्रायटेरिया और इट इज जस्ट रिलेटेड विथ युअर बेसिक टर्म म्हणजे तुम्हाला कशासाठी तो मॅग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर दाखवायचा आहे ह्याच्यासाठी आपण इथे यूज करतोय सिम्पली मॅग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर सिम्पली काय आपण वापरतोय मॅग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर आणि त्याला छोटस जे आपण लेटर वापरतोय subscript वापरतोय and that is as S because we want to deal here with the speed nothing different or nothing any or nothing else okay now काय result असेल बरं should I do hmm. Okay, so after that, magnetic quantum number. Also, you guys as very well, you guys are very well known with the magnetic quantum number and for the speed. नीट ऐका कन्फ्यूज होऊ नका for an electron magnetic quantum number that is for the spin of an electron we represent this ms is equals to plus half or minus half नीट लक्षात घ्या बेटा हे मी सांगतेय for an electron are you guys clear up to this please tell
Yes,
me
ma'am.
okay so after this um, B if you are clear with the electron आता हे झालं सगळं काही इलेक्ट्रॉन बद्दल पण मला सांगा आपला टॉपिक काय आहे नाउ कॅन यू प्लीज टेल मी गाईज ओके ही स्लाइड रब केली तर चालेल किंवा दुसरी मी स्लाइड घेते क्लिअर नाही तर प्लस करते नेक्स्ट स्लाइड नाही I think I have to add another one. Okay, let me just add other slide. Hello, am I audible? I just got one message from Pooja.
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Clearly, na? Pooja, check
Yes,
your
ma'am.
connection, beta. Okay. Yes. Now, as let me just draw at once again an atom and nucleus and everything. Now, whenever you are dealing with the nucleus, whenever you are dealing with the nucleus at that time, specifically, whenever you are dealing with nucleus at that time, that nucleus is containing the proton and the neutron, same as that of speed. नीट ऐका हा सेम ॲज दॅट ऑफ तुमचा इलेक्ट्रॉन न्यूक्लियस हे जे काही आहे त्या न्यूक्लियस बद्दल आपण शिकणार आहोत अँड व्हॉट एव्हर दॅट न्यूक्लियस इज दिअर दॅट न्यूक्लियस इज हॅव्हिंग सिम्पली proton and the neutron now see when this theory or when this NMR was put forth in front of us by the scientist and that scientist name is nothing but the Maxwell but before this NMR before this NMR the scientist in the year 1924 in the year 1924 Pauli, one of the scientists he was, and he put forth in front of his mutual exclusion principle. And what that mutual exclusion principle was there? It was related with the nucleus spin. It was related with the nucleus spin. What is mean by nucleus spin? In nucleus spin means how your nucleus is moving, how your जसे हे तुमचे electrons as your electrons were moving like clockwise or like anti-clockwise like clockwise or anti-clockwise, as same as that of the scientist Pauli the year 1924. फोर्थ टर्म अगर से हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन घूमता है तो ऐसे ही इलेक्ट्रॉन जैसे ही मुझे बोलना है इलेक्ट्रॉन, ये पूरा एटम के बारे में मुझे बोलना है। हाँ, उसको मैं बोलूंगी न्यूक्लियस, उसको मैं क्या बोलूंगी, न्यूक्लियाई या फिर न्यूक्लियस। गाइस प्लीज कंफ्यूज मत हो। हाँ, ये अगर आपके माइंड में न्यूक्लियस मतलब ये प्रोटॉन न्यूट्रॉन है तो उसे प्लीज थोड़ा रिमूव कर दो एनएमआर सीखते हुए। तो अब से हम क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं, न्यूक्लियस मतलब क्या, प्रोटॉन न्यूट्रॉन इलेक्ट्रॉन सब कुछ आ गया। अगर से यहाँ पर हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन घूमता है मतलब व्हेन इट इज मूविंग इन एन orbit at that time, if it is representing the spin at that time, simply when you are using or when you have the nucleus at that time, that nucleus is also having a spin. It must be rotated or rotated नाही म्हणतायत, it must be revolving with a specific spin. and ती जी काही स्पिन असणार आहे, फॉर एक्झाम्पल न्यूक्लियसची म्हणून आपण काय देऊया, प्रोटॉन न्यूट्रॉन्स असतात त्याच्यामध्ये, न्यूक्लियस मध्ये, हे तुम्हाला माहितीये। तर हे जे काही प्रोटॉन आणि न्यूट्रॉन असतात, फॉर एक्झाम्पल हे जे काही वेट हा सो हे जे काही तुमचे प्रोटॉन्स आणि न्यूट्रॉन्स असतात न्यूक्लियस मधले, so that can be again same as that of clockwise and anti-clockwise. When they are moving or when they are spinning at that time, you know, as you know very well, nucleus is made up of proton and neutron. मग ते जेव्हा मूव होत असतं, न्यूक्लियस सुद्धा स्वतःभोवती फिरत असतं। आता तुम्ही म्हणाल तुम्ही आत्ताच म्हणालात न्यूक्लियाई आणि मग कन्फ्यूज होऊ नका, नीट लक्षात घ्या। मी अगोदर न्यूक्लियस बद्दल, इलेक्ट्रॉन बद्दल बोलले, आता न्यूक्लियस बद्दल बोलतीये आणि मग नंतर ऍटम बद्दल बोलणार आहे। ठीक आहे, ऍटम म्हणजे न्यूक्लियाई, NUCLEI, न्यूक्लियाई म्हणजे त्या ऍटमच्या ऍटम बद्दल। ओके, सो हियर आपण न्यूक्लियस बद्दल बोलतो। न्यूक्लियस म्हणजे काय, मग प्रोटॉन अँड द न्यूट्रॉन व्हेन इट इज मूव्हिंग। नाव at this time I'm using, at that time at this time I'm using nucleus, and when it is moving at that time, it obviously it will be representing us angular momentum. What it will be representing us, an angular momentum, and that angular momentum value same as that of our spin, same as that of our spin, that angular momentum value, what that angular momentum value is equals to the अंडर रूट ऑफ, तुम्ही म्हणाल मॅम तुम्ही स्पिनच्या वेळेस तर तिथे अंडर रूट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनची स्पिन दाखवत असताना आपण काय घेतलं होतं, अंडर रूट ऑफ, एम आय ऑडिबल गाईस?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, into s plus 1 and into h upon 2 pi, h upon 2 pi हे अंडर रूट मध्ये नाहीये, हा बाहेर आहे। सो h, तर आता न्यूक्लियस सांगत असताना अँग्युलर मोमेंटम इज इक्वल्स टू द I इंटू I प्लस 1। इथे जागा नाहीये बेटा म्हणून मी ना काय करते, बघूच स्लाइड छोटी होते का, नाही होऊ शकत, तर h बाय 2 पाय हे असंच लिहिलेलं आहे। हे लाईक दिस समजून घ्या। अंडर रूट ऑफ व्हॉट इज दॅट, अंडर रूट ऑफ I इंटू I प्लस 1 h into h by 2 pi. Are you guys clear with this? So you may ask me, ma'am, what are you going to do, what are you writing, is that I means is there anything like is it not the spin of our electron? No, my dear students, it is not related with now electron. Why? Because here we are dealing with the nucleus, and whenever here we are dealing with the nucleus, at that time you should know one thing, and that thing is what, here न्यूक्लियस म्हटलं की तुम्हाला लक्षात आलं पाहिजे की ही जे I आहे, दिस I वी आर और दिस I stands for the spin of or the spin quantum number for, हे I म्हणजे काय, हे S म्हणजे काय म्हटलं होतं मी, स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर ऑफ अवर इलेक्ट्रॉन, and whereas this in your nucleus angular momentum, while you expressing the nucleus angular momentum, that is I value, and that is nothing but simply spin quantum number. What is that? Spin quantum number for तुम्ही की मी की न्यूक्लियस, आपण दोघं पण नाही. व्हॉट इज दॅट फॉर न्यूक्लियस. न्यूक्लियसचं काय सांगते ते स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर, मी ते शॉर्टकट मध्ये लिहिते स्पिन क्यू एन. काइंडली कन्सिडर माय बॅड हँड रायटिंग बिकॉज आय एम ड्रॉइंग एव्हरीथिंग बाय माय फिंगर्स. ओके. Then after whatever the spin quantum number is there, that spin quantum number for your nucleus is represented by the notation I. And what is the formula for angular momentum for your nucleus? It is nothing but angular momentum, that is equals to I into I plus 1 h by 2 pi. Yes, before going towards or before moving towards anything, if you guys are clear, then please let me know yes or no. And before going to anything again, as spin quantum number we represented, अजून एक quantum number आपण सांगितला होता. For example, for your spin, that was nothing but magnetic quantum number, and that was for spin, it was equals to ms equals to जसं की मी आत्ताच तुम्हाला दाखवलं होतं, ms is equals to plus half or minus half for an electron. But first thing first, you should know or you should be clear with the nucleus, and that is guys, मी slide change करू का किंवा मी इथं लिहिते? Let me just drop some part. So to explain the another one quantum number, that is after the spin quantum number, and as everybody knows very well, with the next quantum number, and that quantum number is magnetic quantum number. What is that, beta? Magnetic quantum number. And whenever you have this magnetic quantum number, at that time, magnetic quantum number for your this nucleus is equals to, or it can be represented by the notation m magnetic quantum number. आणि न्यूक्लियस साठी आपण स्पिन वापरतोय, तिथे स्पिन एस वापरली होती, जसे एम एस वापरलं होतं तसंच आपण इथे आता न्यूक्लियस साठी स्पिन काय वापरली आहे, सॉरी न्यूक्लियस साठी स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर काय वापरलाय, स्पिन. म्हणून आपण इथे मॅग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर पण कशाने दाखवणार, एम आय ने. तुम्ही कुठलंही नोटेशन वापरू शकता, फक्त तुम्हाला समजायला हवं. And now when you came across this term, or when you came across this term, then after we are now, you guys are I think clear with some basic criteria with the NMR. Yes or no? Yes, please tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody, please tell me. हा, काही प्रॉब्लेम असेल तर थांबते मी, आणि तुम्ही विचारू शकता तुमचे डाउट्स काही असतील तर. एव्हरीबडी, गायत्री हो म्हणतीये, परमेश्वर हो म्हणतोय, दिव्या हो सांगतीये, अजून बाकीचे टोंपे पण हो म्हणतीये. इंटरेस्ट येतोय बेटा शिकण्यात? ओके, जस्ट बरं, ही स्लाइड मी चेंज करू?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, सो हा जो पहिला व्हिडिओ आहे मी हा इथेच थांबवतीये. याच्यानंतर तुम्ही क्विट करू नका. हा जो व्हिडिओ आहे तो मी इथेच थांबवती. जस्ट गिव्ह मी अ मिनिट.